Elena Martinez lived in a modest apartment on the third floor of an aging building nestled in a quiet part of Chicago. It wasn't fancy. The pipes rattled in the winter. The floor creaked near the kitchen. But it was hers, and she'd made it feel like home, with soft blankets, warm lighting, and a windowsill lined with geraniums that she cared for every morning without fail. Each day began the same. Elena woke up at exactly 6 a.m., rubbed the sleep from her eyes, and took a long, warm shower. Afterward, she carefully watered her plants, red and pink blooms that brightened her space, and brewed herself a strong cup of coffee. She always used her favorite mug, the one with a tiny crack on the handle that said, "Be kind to yourself." She was a third-grade teacher at a public elementary school a few blocks away. Every morning she walked through the city's heartbeat, the blare of horns, the squeal of train brakes, the scent of street food and bagels swirling in the wind. She loved it all. Chicago was gritty, alive, and real. It matched her spirit, resilient and hopeful. She had moved there 5 years earlier, full of dreams fresh out of college. Her heart was wide open. She wanted to inspire children, build a life she was proud of, and someday fall deeply in love. And for a while, it seemed like the universe had heard her. Elna had met Marcus in a quiet cafe attached to a bookstore downtown. He was tall, had a crooked smile, and always smelled faintly of cinnamon and cologne. He'd asked her about her favorite authors, then her favorite meals. They sat for hours that first day, laughing like old friends. Elena remembered thinking, maybe this is it. Maybe he's the one. Their relationship blossomed quickly. Within months, he moved into her apartment. They shared late-night movies on the couch, Sunday pancakes with extra blueberries, and long walks under city lights. He left sticky notes around the apartment with sweet words. "You're my sunshine," or "Can't wait to see you tonight." In those early days, she felt seen, cherished. He called her the best thing that ever happened to me, and Elena believed it. But things began to shift, slowly at first, then all at once. Marcus lost his job at a tech startup. He said he was burned out. She listened, comforted him, and told him it would pass. She picked up extra tutoring to cover the bills. She believed in him. But days turned into weeks, then months. Marcus didn't look for another job. He slept in, spent hours gaming, and grew distant. His frustration turned inward at first, but then outward. He became irritable, moody, suspicious. "Who were you texting?" he asked one night when she laughed at a friend's message. "Why didn't you answer earlier?" he demanded when she came home late from a parent-teacher meeting. At first, Elena tried to explain. "It's just work," she said. "I'm tired." Marcus would sigh dramatically, eyes cold. "You don't love me anymore, do you?" Elena would take his hand, whispering, "Of course I do." But the words began to feel like a script she no longer believed. The emotional weight grew heavier. He criticized her clothes, told her the yellow dress she loved made her look desperate for attention. So she stopped wearing it. He got angry when she saw her sister or met up with friends. So she canceled. One by one, she let go of the things that made her her. Her friends started to worry. Elena, you don't seem like yourself, Maya said one afternoon as they sipped lukewarm coffee in the school cafe. I'm okay, Elena lied. Just tired. But the truth was, she wasn't okay. She hadn't been for a long time. The first time she left was after he threw her suitcase across the room during an argument. It didn't hit her, but it came close, and that was enough. She grabbed her keys, drove through rain and tears to Maya's apartment, and collapsed into her best friend's arms. Maya didn't ask for details. She just held her and whispered, "You're safe now." Elna stayed for 2 weeks. She started therapy. Her therapist, Dana, was a soft-spoken woman with kind eyes who asked, "When did you stop feeling like yourself?" Elena didn't have an answer, but she kept going back. Then came the texts from Marcus. Long, emotional messages filled with apologies, promises, and nostalgia. I miss you. I'll change. You're my everything. Elena wanted to believe him. She wanted to believe the man she fell in love with was still there. So, she went back. And for a while, he was kind again. He made dinner, found a part-time job, left her gentle notes on the bathroom mirror. Elena smiled again. But 3 months later, the pattern returned. One evening, she came home late from school. Marcus stood by the door, jaw tight. You could have called, he snapped. I did, she replied quietly. You're lying, he shouted. You're just like the rest. Elna said nothing. She walked to the bathroom, locked the door, and cried in silence. In therapy, she told Dana, I just wanted it to work. Dana nodded. Sometimes we hold on to dreams longer than we should, even when they start to hurt. This time, Elna started writing things down. Everything. What he said. How he made her feel. She began to trace the cycle. One night, after another fight, she stood in front of the mirror. Her reflection startled her. Her eyes were dull. Her once vibrant smile had faded. She didn't recognize the woman staring back. I miss who I used to be, she whispered to the silence. The final straw came on a Sunday. She had planned to visit her mom. Marcus didn't want her to go. The argument was ugly. She doesn't like me, he screamed. She's my mom, Elna replied. She's ruining everything. Elna took a deep breath, looked him in the eye, and said, No, you are. That night, she packed a bag. No crying, no long goodbyes. She walked away. She moved into a small studio on the north side of the city. It had bare walls, a single chair, and a view of the alley. But it was hers. It was quiet, peaceful, and most importantly, safe. At first, the silence was strange. There were no footsteps behind her, no sudden shouts. But slowly, the silence became comforting. She returned to therapy. She journaled every night. She went for long walks by the lake and watched the sunrise paint the water with light. She started painting again. She played music while cooking. She began to live. At school, her students noticed the change. Miss M, Your dress is sunshine, a little girl exclaimed one morning as Elena twirled in her yellow dress. Elena laughed, really laughed, for the first time in months. Thank you, she said. It's my favorite. She launched a blog called Healing by the Hour, where she shared her story. To her surprise, strangers from all over the world responded. One message read, "Your story gave me the courage to leave." Thank you, Elena cried. But this time, they were tears of relief, of healing. Marcus messaged her one last time. I still love you. Please talk to me. She stared at the screen, remembered the tears, the nights, the fear. Then, she hit delete. No reply. No explanation. No second chances. That weekend, she booked a solo trip to a cabin outside the city. She drank coffee on the porch, wrapped in a sweater, as pink skies stretched above her. She breathed in the crisp morning air, closed her eyes, and whispered to the wind. Thank you. Thank you for the storm. Thank you for the strength. Thank you for letting me begin again. She smiled, not because everything was perfect, but because she was finally whole.